Hi, welcome to Adventures in Bonsai. Today we're just going to do a simple replanting of a plant that seems to need some help. Let's go take a look at it. I believe this is a Florida Poinsettia. It's beginning to show signs that it's trying to come back. Green things going on here. And even over here, a little bit of green, but as you can see in the pot itself, it's all kind of real loosey-goosey, and it just needs to be repotted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to repot it into this pot here, which is a little deeper and maybe a better support for it. Let's take a look and see how easy this is. I'm going to take this out of the pot by wetting it down so it's a little easier to get out without damaging the roots. Okay, it's a pretty long root there. Let's go take a look at it. Okay, what I'm going to do is put this plant in so it's kind of like this, and I'm going to cut off a lot of this extra stringy root here because there's really very little growth up top, so I can cut that off without worrying about how much support it needs from the roots. It should do just great. Okay, so there it is. The roots are cut. That's done. I'm just going to figure out how I want this thing placed. Now it's got this interesting stuff going on over here. And I think I'm going to cut this piece here off too. And I'm going to plant this pretty deeply and pretty solidly. I think it'll be best for the plant that way. So all I'm going to do here is take some new sphagnum moss, try and squeeze it into all the nice little spots that I want it to go into, in the roots, to cover the roots good and make sure there's really good contact. And then let's see, how shall we position this thing? This here looks like it'll be okay. Maybe a little bit more into the center. A little more sphagnum moss. Don't be afraid to push it in hard and firmly, because the better the contact between the roots and the sphagnum moss, the better the plant will grow. So all I'm doing here is just pushing down, trying to make sure that the moss is really in tightly. It's certainly a lot better than it was a couple of minutes ago when the thing was floating around out there. And then I'll just go and use a chopstick or a Dutch's tool. Put these ends in here and make this thing look a little better. I got stuff hanging over like this. I can just trim it up like this. Push it in with my fingers. Okay, so there it is, planted. I do have this one kind of deadish branch here I'm going to cut off. I'm going to cut off the end of this branch over here. And now we're kind of set. And we have this nice looking little tree ready to go. I'll bring it down to the shade under the oak tree, and I have a feeling this is going to just really take off and do real well. So it's pretty simple when you want to transplant your plants. Just be on the lookout for signs that they need to be transplanted. Take some time, think about how you're going to do it, and have fun with your bonsai.